since I walked, I should be riding a bike. At least that's what the doctor said, right? I broke my ankle a while back, and they told me I should do some cycling. It'll help me build some strength back in my ankle. Put some shades on real quick because it's pretty sunny out here. Pretty sunny. Crazy how the weather shifts so fast, though. I got my mic on my neck here. Hopefully y'all can hear me clearly. Just 2 weeks ago, it's probably been 3 weeks now, we had some snow here in Charleston. But everything's looking nice and sunny now. As you can see, all the snow and stuff gone. I had one property I stopped by. I feel like this is a week later after the snow, and they still had ice on their property, like big clumps of ice. I was like, this is crazy. But just wanted to chop it up with y'all today, talk about focus, because I know all the entrepreneurs can use this conversation. We all sometimes can get our hands full with taking on many tasks that sometimes is overextending us from what we should be focused on. Whew. Dang. Gotta hit the dentist, y'all. Gosh, got some pain in my teeth here. But it's pretty windy out here. Hopefully y'all can hear me clearly. But back to what I was saying. It's pretty windy the way I'm walking. But I was talking about focus, and sometimes as entrepreneurs, we could be chasing things down, many different things, whether it's relative to what we already do in business, or if it's not, sometimes putting attention to things that don't move you forward as far as your lifestyle goes can be a challenge, especially if you feel like, you get a handful of people that inquire about something, and now you're setting yourself up to do something that necessarily you don't have to offer. For me, I get a various amount of inquiries. My business is known for, lawn maintenance at the beginning, mowing lawns. But as you grow in the lawn care landscape industry, you start getting different type of requests. Hey, do you do sod installation? Do you do irrigation? Do you do hardscaping? Do you do woodwork? Do you do, you name it? They almost feel like you can do everything. But in a sense, you can actually have systems in place for that. I've been working on getting better at subcontracting out work that I don't do. That way I can say no, but in the same token say yes. I may not be able to offer it to you. I may not do this, but however, I do recommend John woodwork, who can come in and do a fence or build you a pergola, etc. But trying not to step outside of my expertise has been a challenge, year after year, because you could say one thing, but it's the difference to practice, stand on what you're saying, like, oh, I'm not doing this. When it comes to services, it can be challenging because it's just sometimes you're trying to make ends meet. You want the revenue, you want the income to come in, etc. So you don't want to just bypass that by, telling the customer no. So early on in business, you're the yes man. So yes to everything. Can you do this? Yes, I can. Can you do that? Yes. So you end up picking up a bunch of skills, which, is beneficial in that fact, when you get a bunch of people that inquire about something, and then you, my bad, I'm getting messages from customers now, but you get a lot of experience based off of you taking on some of those jobs. You learn some things, and you get proficient at it, and hey, you might figure out, hey, I got started in this, but now I'm better at this. This reached more profits. This something I enjoy more, you know what, this is what I want to do. And that's okay. But after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years pass by, you should probably be more so fixed on a specific thing that you're known for, um, to be spread out. And I feel like right now, if I reached out to a landscape company, a lawn care company, there's not many besides like the big dogs who got it figured out early on, like the True Greens. Is they're gonna offer so many different things. You can get your house pressure washed. You can get your fence stained. You can get so much stuff done. Those people find it hard to say no. Some people build out for it. There's some companies that literally build out for it. They got different departments. But I'm saying that to say it works for some people if that's what they're focused on. But it doesn't work for everybody because it diminishes the value that you bring to the market by not focusing on what you're really good at and what you got known for. Um, Me personally, sometimes I feel as if when it came to, lawn care, it's really only, I feel like a few ways you could play that game when it comes to volume. Only a few ways you can play that game. You got to stack customers, and you have to have a nice set price to where you're profitable and you're not having a bunch of windshield time. Those two factors are very, very, very important. So if you're not stacking customers, you're not continually growing in a specific area, it can be challenging to be profitable like you want it to be, so it can fit your lifestyle the way you want it. You don't want to be out to 7, 8 o'clock at night, because that's when the time shift here. You're out to probably like 7, 8 o'clock, and it's just hitting dark. Once we have that daylight savings time, all that great stuff happens. But to stay focused on a specific thing, man, it can be challenging. So year after year, and I think it's absolutely necessary. But January is usually my month. January, February, before the lawn care landscape season kick off, that's when I'm focused on, hey, where am I? Where am I at? And where am I going? Where am I going this year? What lesson did I learn from last year that I shouldn't repeat this year because it didn't work out in my favor? It didn't fit my lifestyle. It didn't reap the profits that I want. The reason sometimes, though, I understand why it's easy for people to like, for me, I'm revisiting to try to see where I'm at, to see where I'm going, right? But I can see how it's easy for someone to be like, well, maybe I just didn't stay the course long enough to see the results of what's supposed to happen. That's the tricky part about it. Knowing when to say, you know what, I haven't gave this 100%. I haven't gave this, like, I feel like when it comes to like, younger generations, I ain't gonna say what Gen Zs and none of that crowd because I'm unfamiliar with all those terms. But when it comes to like someone in their 18, 19, 20s or whatever, it can be the microwave life. Like they may feel as if they don't have to do this for extended amount of years for it to be successful. It can be successful year one. And that's what their expectations of it is. In reality is like statistically, many businesses fail within the first 5 years. That's a fact. Uh, a great percentage of business fail within the first, 5 years in business. So to even make it beyond 5 years, it's a blessing, and you're supposed to be able to sustain yourself and continue to make it better, make your business better. But whew, it can be challenging. As an entrepreneur, it can be challenging, finding that sweet spot of where you want to be in business as far as profitability, and you want your lifestyle to fit. Like you want the freedom of time, you want to be able to enjoy time with your family, and you also want to trying to walk in the sunlight so y'all can see me, man. I'm a black man out here, so if I'm walking this direction, I see it's pretty dark because the sun's behind me. But anywho, I'm gonna keep walking this way because it's the direction I gotta go. But it can be a challenge to find what fits for, your lifestyle when it comes to selecting a specific thing that you want to be an expert in. So, title of this video is "Focus like a laser, not a flashlight." Reason being is a flashlight, as you know, you probably heard this from the analogy from Michael Jordan. Um, but focus like a flashlight is basically it's pretty a wide range on a flashlight. It's not really a direct focus compared to a laser. A laser is more target based, specific to where, 9 times out of 10, if you want to aim a laser at something, you could probably aim it right on target and you can hit that target each time. So, analogy of that title is to just to get you to think about, hey, am I doing too much? And what should I be focused on? And what do I need to stop focusing on that's not contributing to the end goal? You got to write those things down. What are you investing your time on that is not contributing to the end goal of where you're trying to go? That right there, it can be a hard truth for some, but some of those things may cut off, financial ties that you have. As far as, well, I'm used to this revenue coming in consistently, despite it not reaping a result. What do you mean stop working on the thing that, is my source of income, despite it not being as profitable as I want it to be? You got to find a sweet spot, guys. You got to make sacrifices to the thing that is going to really put you in the position that you're trying to get to. At least that's from my opinion. That's what I'm trying to do. Not the easiest thing to do, guys. It is a challenge. You do have to be around people that can uplift you during the time of transitioning. It is not easy to overcome something far as staying focused, staying on track, and keeping yourself accountable. Because in reality, like the book, The 12-Week Year say, nobody can really hold you accountable. In reality, you can only hold yourself accountable because you're the person that's responsible for your decision making and the actions that you take. Nobody can't do the thing for you. You pretty much got to do it for yourself. So, got to get focused, guys. Got to get focused. That's where it starts. Get focused on what you want and where you're trying to go. That way, the people around you can hold you accountable for the things that you say you want to accomplish. And when you fall out of line of something that's is sucking away your time versus contributing to your progress, you got to cut it off sooner than later. Sooner than later. For instance, with my holiday lighting business, I'm trying to make it better and better. I'm not trying to add on 1,000,001 services. I don't want it to be, we offer 1,000,001 things. We're known for, illuminating properties. We won't go into all this other crazy stuff that, spread out our finances to a point where, the business not as profitable because we got, 10% in this bucket, 20% in this bucket. We got all this, new overhead, storage costs, etc. Like, they get real, and you have to be very mindful of those things early on before you make those decisions, because you can make the decisions and learn from them, but that's the hard way. That's the hard way. You want to learn before you even get started. You want to go in with a mindset of what you're going to be focused on accomplishing by setting something in place, as far as if you're putting on a new service that is attached to your current business. But it can definitely be a lot of moving parts, and it's so easy to get off track with it. So easy to get off track with it because there's so many services that run right alongside your business. Like, for someone who does sod installation, or it wouldn't be surprising if they offered, lawn aerations. Of course, my phone just rang. I didn't put it on do not disturb. But for somebody who offers, sod installation, it wouldn't be a surprise if they do weed control fertilization or lawn aerations, because that's specifically being focused on turf management to an extent. They're not getting outside of turf. You get what I mean? Versus them doing something crazy, significantly different, like fencing. Like, hey, I install fences. I do irrigation. And well, even irrigation is it's the wrong side. You see how that works, guys? I went from someone who installs sod to someone who does weed control fertilization, lawn aerations. Like it can really easily, you know, have you not to say chasing your tail, but focus on many different services. I feel like it's almost like, for instance, you go to a McDonald's and they only sell burgers. They don't sell drinks. They don't sell fries. They don't sell McFlurries. They don't sell cookies. They don't sell pies. They only sell burgers. I was telling that to my wife like a few weeks ago. I was like, man, I'm about to bring fast food back in style. I'm about to bring it back in style, guys. I'm about to go get a burger joint, right? And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say you can only order burgers. And if you want to drink, you got to go over to the second part of the drive-through. No, we don't do Uber Eats, none of that. You only can come here. We're gonna make you an amazing, amazing, great burger, and you're gonna get it really fast because we literally are making it. We're making them back to back because we don't sell chicken sandwiches. We don't sell fish sandwiches. We only sell burgers. And if you want a drink, you can get a Coke over there. We don't do ice cream. We don't do none of that stuff. We're bringing fast food back in style. Imagine how crazy that'd be, though. You get what I mean? That's focus. And hey, it might be a successful business. Think about an ice cream shop. Like, yes, they work with ice cream, but they got shakes. It's like almost every place feels as if they have to step outside of what they do for not to really step outside, but they have to run with things that complement what they already offer. As far as if they're selling ice cream, they got to sell shakes, and they got to sell other stuff that complements ice cream. Maybe cakes, cookies, birthday cakes. You see what I'm saying? It can easily get diminished on the primary focus of what that business is known for. Like Cold Stone, for instance, good example. They sell birthday cakes. But anywho, don't want to get off too much off topic. But I just want you guys to get an understanding of what I'm talking about when it's when it's talking about focus. Because to be honest, I'm selfish about this, but being on YouTube, talking to you guys, it's a little bit of my diary to an extent because I'll be able to look at this in another 5 years, 10 years, and I'll be like, man, I'm glad at that time I I was thinking about these things and I started to actually put these things into practice instead of just talking about them because it's one thing to say it, another thing to do. So from a perspective of what I want to do, I have to market specifically for those things. Um, if I'm telling people that, hey, I do, you know, lawn care, I do irrigation, I do mulch install, I do sod installation, weed control, fertilization. Like if I'm telling people all this stuff, they're gonna reach out to me for all of it. But but if I say, hey, I only do sod installation, I only do weed control, and I don't put any other ads out for other type of services that I offer, then I'll start to attract the customer that I actually want to deal with. So that's another thing. You guys got to put out exactly what you want to do more of, and people you'll get more people that reach out to you for it because they'll feel like this person obviously specializes in this specific thing. So I'm going to continuously reach out to this person when I think of this specific service. This is who I think of because this is the only type of content that he put out on his business page, etc. So within the last few days, I've been cooking up some videos in the background. Of course, I got this is like my entrepreneur YouTube channel where I like to talk about just business stuff in general and just talk to other entrepreneurs and stuff and network. But I actually do have a YouTube channel for my business pages, and that content is specifically educational to inform my clients. Like I told you guys, how do I sell? I give people information so they can make an informed decision. They know if they know about it, they know thoroughly what we offer, how we offer it, all that stuff. They can make a decision. I'm not a salesperson per se. I'm looking to help somebody, and if they would like to pay me for it, great. That's my way of sales. But focus, 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 guys. Don't focus like a flashlight. Focus like a laser. That means look at a target dial in on that target, think about that target, really, really get familiar with how can you accomplish that sooner than later. Let me give you an example of one thing that I recently did, um, because I'm continuously back and forth with my decision making because I'm an entrepreneur and I'm trying to stay focused. But I get off track, guys. I'm honest to say that. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say I never get off track from the main thing, but I got away from a lot of mowing and maintenance. I got into more of, landscape installs and stuff like that. But as far as what I desire to do, um, I start to think about time and what my schedule will look like. Shouts out to my mentor out here dropping those gems. He told me to re-engineer your life backwards and what type of lifestyle you would want to live. He told me that, and I really thought about that. I'm like, man, that would be great, because I feel like sometimes we can get confused that, man, there's so many things that I'm good at, so many things I'm passionate about, like when I got into lawn care and landscaping and stuff, I tapped into, I'm gonna learn everything I need to know to be an expert in my field. And to be honest, that's not going above and beyond. That's just what I'm supposed to do. That's what everybody's supposed to do. Become an expert in a professional in the field. And sometimes, I just feel as if just because you're an expert at all these different things or you're great at doing certain things, that don't mean you should be doing all of it. You really should pick one and roll with it. Because the people who choosing one and rolling with it, they thriving. They're thriving, guys. They're thriving. They don't have a million and one things. And the people who do have other things, think about the companies, y'all. Think about the big companies, the Elon Musk, the Bill Gates, all these big people. They have an army of people that's under them that make their vision come to reality. Yes, they're the visionary as far as they're thinking of all the intuitive stuff that's very important for the people to be able to adapt to and where the future is going. But he has a team that actually make all this stuff come to action. That's the difference between somebody who can focus on get into other things. Like you have to get the base right first, y'all. You got to get the base of the house right first before you build up 4 stories. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as if people like that, they started from a certain point. They grew at an exponential level because they connected themselves with the right people, right teams, etc. But that's the next level to it, That's not, beginner stages. Not to say we're beginners out here, because if you've been doing something long enough, you shouldn't be a beginner. But when it comes to the business side of it, there's levels to it. There's levels to it, and if you can't back out of your business and be gone for 6 months or 2 weeks or whatever, you got some work to do to make that sustainable for the lifestyle that you desire to live, if that's something you desire to do. But yeah, guys. So what I did for my personal business here, well, not personal, but my landscape business recently, I reached out to all of my side farms in the local area, right? It's like 5 of them, right? I'm trying to think outside of the box, do things that I know my competition won't do. I'm going to challenge people when it comes to side. I want to do an abundance amount of more side jobs this year. All I got to do is focus on it. And there's not too many things that I touch that don't work. But when I don't focus on it, I'm spreading my mind in different places. It's hard to accomplish those things. So what I did, guys, I reached out to the side farms, right? And I created a video for my business YouTube, and it's called 13 Different Grass Types in the Charleston Area. People, homeowners, and even landscapers, they don't know it's 13 different types because they're not doing all that research. They don't care to know. They just want to sell some grass to somebody, long as they work, and etc. So my thought is this: I want to create an abundance amount of videos and present it to the customers, like prospects that can potentially be, future customers. Because if no one's feeding information as far as a video format, I feel like that's where a lot of things are going nowadays into the marketing world. Not to say people don't read posts and look at before and afters, but they say a picture is 1,000 words, a video is 1,000,000. because it has higher retention nowadays. So it's very important to be given visual content from my perspective. So I created a video, I uploaded onto my YouTube channel for my business page, and I could share that into Facebook. I could share it to other places, but instead of just sharing it, I'm gonna go to Facebook and I'm gonna share it. My focus, I'm thinking about every step of the way, guys, of focus. At one point, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do like TikTok. No, 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 no. I don't like TikTok and don't like Instagram. Reason being is they're high maintenance and the content is not as searchable. It's not evergreen. It doesn't get reoccurring views after a certain amount of time. So I don't like Instagram and TikTok for those reasons. However, on Facebook, I don't mind using Facebook because I feel like that's what the average person they do have. My ideal client has a Facebook. I do have LinkedIn and I want to start getting on there, but I do feel as if things have to be presented a certain way. But back to what I was saying about focus. Instead of self thin and posting on all these different platforms, I'm going to focus on posting on two. I feel like two is not me overextending. It's not me having to make a crazy move to make these two uploads happen. And I'm going to be consistent at that by creating the content and scheduling it to update. So I've already created 6, 7 videos, and I got some videos that I can actually repost that, you know, over the years have, I think they were very great videos, especially for someone who's moving into the Charleston area or my local area, etc. Very informative videos that, you know, give them a few heads up. And to be honest, I feel like a lot of the leads that I got into my business was because I was doing a little bit more of putting myself out there. It's really easy to access people, especially if you're just, you know, being consistent at posting. So I'm working on being more consistent on my business channel, on Facebook and my YouTube channel to reach my ideal client. But that's me going the extra mile, being focused on what contributes to the big plan, of actually getting the leads in, closing more jobs, etc. And that's without spending marketing dollars. I have other ways of marketing that I will be doing. Um, I don't even want to talk about that way, but I'm gonna say it at work. I'm gonna talk about it eventually, but I'm in a testing phase. I'm in a testing phase of, not to say a new marketing. It's something that exists that is, I would say, overlooked. It's overlooked. It's not EDDM. It's a market of tapping into your exact customer or exact prospect in the exact neighborhoods, etc. You know, for a fraction of the cost that what it would cost you to market to them, like solicited marketing, mail, whatever. But anyway, because I want to see the results of it before I publish and say it works great. I feel like I don't. That'll be me lying if I told you I was doing a specific marketing and I didn't have the proof to show, hey, this is the results of what happened. But I'll be sharing that in a few later of these videos or whatever. But y'all stay focused, man. I just wanted to get on here and talk to you for a little bit because I feel like I be MIA sometimes. I have been uploading more videos lately. I've been uploading shorts for the most part. The season's the transition is about to roll around to the spring. I'm about to probably start getting in more jobs and stuff like that here sooner than later. I'll be trying to post some more content. I'm trying to figure out how to work this storage thing, man. I got a 128 gigabyte phone, and I kid you not, this thing runs out of space so fast. Like, as soon as I start recording a video and I try to do my editing, all that, like, I run out of space. And I feel like the stuff that I have on my phone, I need it. So I try not to just delete stuff. So I got to get that figured out so I can be more consistent at uploading videos. But that's one barrier that's been in the way. But I still been doing my best at getting some short form content and also shooting these lives for you guys. But I want to connect with more entrepreneurs like myself, man. If you're an entrepreneur, you got some struggles out here. Hey, you're human. That's what every entrepreneur go through. They have problems of their own. They got personal stuff going on. They got business stuff going on. They have challenges that they're trying to overcome. And I'm just trying to connect with other like-minded people like myself, because it can be a struggle out here when you don't have too many people to bounce ideas off or help get over certain type of challenges, especially when it comes to business. Because this is it can be a headache in itself if you're on a rat wheel or you feel like you're not making progress. But I've been on here for 30 minutes, y'all. Hit me up in the comment section. Drop a like. Let me know you've seen the video. This keeps me posting. This keeps me, and give me some topics. If you got something specific you want me to talk about in one of the future videos, I'm going to try to be shooting some more videos, but I'm going to get going. Stay focused, y'all. Stay focused like a laser, not a flashlight. That's the topic of the video. Talk to y'all later.